Welcome back
to Sage and the Rage.
I'm Rage.
I'm Sage, and today we're talking about the Nintendo Labo. So, you might have seen previously, we did an unboxing of Toy-Con Kit 1, which comes with the house, the fishing rod, the RC car bug-looking thing, and we built our first one today. It was the RC car little bug guy, and we have some thoughts on that.
So, let's talk construction. I still stand by the fact that initially I liked the idea of the little, the switch screen giving you play-by-plays on how to put it together. But after a little while through the construction process, that got really tedious and annoying because you're always picking the Joy-Con up to click next, and then look at the screen, and then fold, and they go very minuscule directions. It's like the tiniest step, press the next button. The tiniest step, press the next button. The tiniest step.
Sometimes they have to keep going on to the obvious. Like with the bug, you'd fold one side in, and it's like, oh, here, let's show you the step of folding the other side in. It's like we could figure out that it's the same both sides. It's not like this thing's asymmetrical. You could just gloss over and say, all right, you fold it in like this. Then after you've done that, repeat the same process on the other side. Bang, bang, boom, we move on.
And it sounds like a very small complaint for it, but, and I know that we talked very positively when we thought it was coming out, but it does become a hindrance and an annoyance, and you actually lose focus on what you're building because of how much of a hindrance and minuscule it is.
Yeah, they have to go through, literally every step, crease here, then crease there. It should just be follow the crease lines. You can see them on the backside. And crease them all at once on the demonstration.
Well, let alone the little noises that happen every time. At first it's kind of cute, and you're like, yeah, this is cool. And we just built the RC bug, which is only 1 page worth of cardboard. I can't imagine doing the piano with 10 pages, where after every little fold animation, there's a little...
Yeah, it gets a little bit old.
Yeah, and so doing that for 10 pages in a row worth of stuff, I think I might lose my mind.
Well, I can only imagine the robot. The full robot suit. We didn't get that one, but...
No.
I'm kind of glad we didn't.
Yeah, we're going to do another 1 or 2 of these, too, to find out. And then later on in building, things go together well, and the cardboard is pretty good material. It looks like it holds up pretty well. It doesn't look like it's going to fall apart from just use. But when building it, it's almost like sometimes when you put a piece in and stuff like that, it doesn't sit quite right, no matter how many times you crease it. It's almost like if you really want this to look good and last a while, you kind of, after you're done building it, need to use some glue, some tape, and some other things to really put it together beyond just the folding and the nip and the tuck.
Ours turned out a little jank. I'm not gonna lie. Now, I can't say whether this is all of the Labo kits, but ours didn't turn out so great.
So when you're done building the RC car, you're supposed to put the Joy-Cons into the sides of the RC so that the vibrations from the Joy-Cons vibrate the little legs on each side properly. And they're supposed to slide in a little crevice, nook that's cut out inside of the corrugated cardboard for the Joy-Con to sit in there. But the Joy-Con only half sits in the actual slot designed for it, and then the Joy-Cons, as you'll see in the video here, they kind of wing out a little bit from it, and they don't actually fit inside of it right. It looks really tacky and janky.
And then we got to using it.
I'm gonna let Sage talk about this, because I was busy laughing while we were recording this.
Okay, so the controls are really simple. You got a button for the left, a button for the right. And when you push it, it vibrates. Well, how it's supposed to work is you press the right button, it'll turn right. Press the left button, it turns left. You press them both, it goes forward. Well, the right and the left kinda work, but the forward, one Joy-Con had a little more oomph to it than the other. And you can go into it and adjust the vibration power on each, but there was never a point where we got it to where we could get it to just go straight.
No, it was a constant forward, then left, forward, then left, forward, then left, forward, then left. And, this could be drawn up to several different things. Are both Joy-Cons charged at the same level? No, maybe not. But that should be the adjustment thing. And even if they were charged at the same level, which we have not used our switch since we did the last video with it, where we built something, I can't see what would drain one side more than the other. But whatever, it doesn't work.
Not for us, at least. Like, again, we only have one Labo kit, so maybe we just got a defective one. But based on our experience, it's pretty janky.
And then with playing with it, you move it left, you move it right, you spin it around a little bit. You can see the camera inside the Joy-Con actually display in a green and black, night vision type, infrared display.
Yeah.
And it's, well, obviously it's a Joy-Con. Its frame rate's not going to be like, a Nikon whatever camera. But it didn't look good. And it didn't operate well. It was boring. While we were playing with it, instead of watching me mess with it, Sage was like, hey, have you checked out this thing on YouTube? And he started pulling up stuff on his phone. And so it's like, that ought to be an indicator that instead of enjoying the thing that you built, you'd rather go back to doing what you normally do on your couch, which is watching YouTube videos. That might just be us. Maybe we built it wrong. But it doesn't speak well for the first thing that we made with the Labo. And the simplest thing, which will probably be the first thing a lot of people make, because it's 1 page thick. Everybody will be like, well, let's try this out first.
Yeah, I mean, logically speaking, that would be what most people would go to.
Exactly. To get an idea of how to build, how to construct, how to use the Labo software with the quote-unquote hardware.
Now, this is just a 1-page thing, and most of it's just one big piece. So maybe if you get to more pieces that are locking together, the creases fit a little bit better together, like the piano, maybe Nintendo put a little more work into it.
Maybe not. I mean, it's all up in the air. But that first taste in the mouth is, I'd rather watch YouTube videos on my phone than play with this little RC car. It left, right, forward doesn't work. The little adjustment things don't seem to really do anything. I apologize, my cell phone's going off here in the video. I'm not gonna edit that. Boop, boop. You can hear me getting text. And again, I think that I'm just gonna leave this in the video because it speaks a test to it too. I'd rather check my text messages than play with this RC car.
Yeah, first impressions, not great. But, let us know your opinions down in the comments. What do you think of the Labo if you have it? Does this kind of change your mind if you don't have it? Just, drop us a line, and we'd love to hear it from you.
Yeah, and if you have a Labo and you've put together the RC car, let us know if yours was going straight or not, or if you found that it felt gimmicky and just kind of, how did this get out of testing? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and enjoy watching this little RC thing doohickey spin around on the table. Thanks for watching.
Peace.